If the Trump presidency has shown us one thing, it's the importance of social media in today's day and age. Whether it be Russian meddling on social media, the constant flow of tweets from the president's personal Twitter account, or just the left and right internet bubbles that are forming on various platforms, social media plays a huge role in how Americans get their information. Pew Research shows that more than half of Americans got their news from social media in 2019, a 17% increase from just 1 year earlier. In this section of our series on the new swing states, Georgia and Arizona, I spoke to LMU students from these states about the role of social media in their political lives. Some mentioned the fact that social media can be positive in getting people engaged.
People from home especially were like, everyone that I know on Instagram especially were like really pushing for like months leading up to the election. I think it was a really big kind of almost like campaign like among like college age students to get people, make sure they're registered, make sure they're getting out and voting early. Almost all of my friends voted early because they were worried about like election day or like whether the lines would be long, and they really wanted to make sure that their vote was going to get in.
Others, though, pointed out the negative sides of social media.
I think it's our duty as Gen Z to stop being so polarized and burst this little Twitter left bubble, while also burst the right bubble and just like spewing at each other. I don't think that's very productive or healthy for anybody.
If you go on social media, like I had to mute Instagram completely because every other story was like a pro-Trump ad or like propaganda poster, and like then a Biden one, and like it's like really hard to see all of that all the time. But like I think like it gives me like a very interesting like mentality, because like every single like repost you've seen for like Biden, there is an equal Trump one, like even in like the cute little artsy fonts, like, and it's like really unnerving.
While O'Neill saw some social media posts from the right, other students have no exposure to right-leaning social media circles.
What I will say is I don't think that they are as active. They don't really talk about it as much openly. The things that I see posted are from people who are more liberal and who are voting blue and are pushing to get people to go out and vote. The people that I know that I know are conservative, like I don't see them really talking about it or like openly like endorsing like one over another. It's just kind of a little bit quieter.
When this kind of all started happening, like the people from home who were like more liberal or like not Trump supporters were putting stuff on their story and everything. And people who I think that were still Trump supporters, like they don't post anything. They don't like really want people to know.
Although Democratic-leaning individuals are more likely to post on social media than their Republican counterparts, conservative Twitter circles comprised of organizations like QAnon remain active on social media. Even after the worst QAnon accounts were taken down by Twitter, estimates show that over 93,000 remain on the site. One student, however, thinks that social media is not genuinely representative of most people's beliefs.
We have an issue seeing numbers on Twitter and equating it to people. But there's a lot of good people out there who, with a little bit of good discourse and good conversation, are just as caring and just as considerate of major issues in the United States.
Although social media usage is increasing amongst all demographics, a study on the 2012 US elections shows that Twitter users tend to have more extreme ideological positions than the general population. Veronica BP, Election 2020, Los Angeles.